Welcome to The Now, I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm John Reisinger.
If you're not already a hardcore fan, you might be kind of shocked to hear that Ghost Recon Wildlands is coming out tomorrow, considering all the other games that you might already be playing or still anticipating at the moment. But, of course, if you're a die-hard Ghost Recon fan, you've had this date in your calendar for months. Ubisoft's open world tactical shooter is finally here. Early reviews are starting to land, meaning we can finally find out, is it good?
While the consensus isn't quite there yet, the answer so far seems to be yes. But with some pretty major caveats, like whether or not you have friends.
I don't, so let's find out.
Shit, that's a caveat?
Yeah. So that's fine, let's get to the reviews. So far, Ghost Recon Wildlands is sporting an 84 on Metacritic. Now that's just with a handful of reviews so far. It's currently only indexing 10 reviews total. However, there are a few other ones out there that haven't been indexed yet. They all still seem to follow the same pattern though as far as what they're praising, what they're criticizing.
If you're wondering how that 84 on Metacritic compares with previous Ghost Recon games, the free-to-play Ghost Recon Phantoms came in at a 70 average when it released in 2014.
Wow.
2012's, Future Soldier is sitting at a 79, a little bit better, and 2007's Advanced Warfighter 2 has an 86.
Which was my favorite one of the series.
So, about in line with previous games in the series, despite the game's major shift in mechanics.
As for some of the more notable outlets, Time Magazine and Games Radar gave it a 4.5 out of 5, Attack of the Fanboy gave it a 4 out of 5, Twinfinite gave it a 3.5 out of 5, and PlayStation Lifestyle and Gaming Bolt gave it an 8 and 7 out of 10, respectively. Again, it's possible most of the average start to shift as more reviews come out because there are a lot of major review outlets that haven't weighed in, like Polygon, Kotaku, IGN, and so far...
Me.
And John. But so far, all of the critics seem to be landing in the same general area. There's not a lot of outliers here yet.
Oh, you don't know. I might be an outlier. I'm a rebel.
Yeah.
Overall, the critics are mostly on the same page, agreeing that Ghost Recon Wildlands features some truly amazing cooperative play and deep customization, and in some ways, many feel that it perfects the Ubisoft open world experience that they've been tinkering with for so long.
On the negative side, there is no redemption dog in the game.
Nope.
Yes, exactly. You know that you're a redemption dog. Yes. As for further negatives, the reviews mentioned that the story mode is kind of lackluster, doubly lackluster if you're playing the game by yourself. Plus, some found the game to be marred with gameplay issues and blatant bugs.
But first, the positives. Even though Wildlands represents a major departure for the Ghost Recon experience, thanks to its open world design, many feel that this is one of the best things to happen to Ghost Recon in a long time.
It's the culmination of many of Ubisoft's open world elements, the customization of the Division, the seamless co-op of the crew, combined with the vistas and structure of Assassin's Creed and Far Cry.
And freedom is the big selling point here. Not only did reviewers love the level of customization for your characters and their weaponry, they also loved being able to tackle the game's missions in almost any way they chose, in any order they chose.
Time Magazine said, "It's as if Ubisoft noticed everything that bugged me about Watch Dogs 2, then rolled the fixes into a darker Black Ops jogging tour of remote South American woodlands, lagoons, and salt flats. Each encounter becomes a delightful mini playground bulwarked by thugs whose behavior varies depending on the time of day and who you have to sneak past or obliterate to complete objectives like assassinating local bosses, rescuing rebel leaders, or gathering intel for follow-up ops."
Twinfinite agrees with the praise of the game's structure, writing, "There's a lot of freedom in how a team of 4 wants to approach a specific objective, as both stealth and action-oriented strategies are viable for tackling missions. It's engaging and keeps much of the repetitive mission types from growing stale thanks to the sheer level of experimentation offered."
And really, how you handle the game's missions is all down to your creativity. You can skydive in, come out guns blazing, or sneak in under the cover of nightfall. But unfortunately, that's only really fun if you're doing it with friends rather than by yourself.
This is getting really rough for those who don't have friends.
Yeah.
Okay. PlayStation Lifestyle said, "Everything that the game does passably well when playing in single player suddenly becomes far better when going to battle alongside combatants that you can actually converse and verbally strategize with. The difference is night and day."
And a lot of that has to do with poor AI from your teammates. Several reviewers mentioned problems with the friendly AI, complaining about them generally not being very helpful and with very few commands for them to aid you in your missions.
In its still in progress review, US Gamer wrote, "As a single player game, Ghost Recon Wildlands is fun, but sometimes frustrating. Your 3 AI squad mates are only occasionally useful. The problem is, you can't really tell them to do anything. They just follow your lead and help you pick off high-threat targets. They're not tactically or strategically savvy and oftentimes can barely keep up with you.
So because of this, your single-player mileage may vary, but fortunately, co-op makes things worlds better. According to critics, the co-op works seamlessly. Plus, Ubisoft was smart enough to implement certain cooperative necessities, like the fact that your story progress saves whether or not you're playing with friends. Enemies also scale well, even if you and your friends are at different levels.
This sounds a lot like Payday 2. The AI sucked, but if you had people with you, the game was like 100 times better.
It's like Payday 2 with drug lords.
Yeah! So, however, Wildlands is also plagued by that ugly nagging issue that tends to pop up in Ubisoft games. It's kind of buggy.
Especially their open world games.
Yeah.
Reviewers mentioned all kinds of glitches ranging from clipping issues to poor handling on vehicles, especially air vehicles, and some even mentioned that when you add a co-op player, the AI buddies disappear, which is by design, except that the AI buddies continue to have invisible conversations, even though they're no longer in the game.
It's like imaginary friends.
Yes.
Games Radar said, that brings me to my only real issue with Wildlands. It's too ambitious for its own good. Ubisoft has repeatedly said that this is the biggest open world game it's ever made, and it truly is a stunning achievement as a final product, but the sheer size and depth of every aspect of the game has left many, many crevices for bugs to creep in.
And even if your game isn't hit with bugs, it might be hit with another common Ubisoft game problem. Well, the fact that it's a Ubisoft game, through and through. If the structure of Ubisoft's open world games doesn't appeal to you, you might not enjoy yourself.
Ubisoft does have kind of a flavor that you have to like in order to play Ubisoft games.
Yes.
Gaming Bolt said in its review, when you begin playing Wildlands, it's hard not to be taken aback by the scope and scale of the in-game world. But once I was done with the sightseeing for the first hour or so and started doing missions, I began to question the unnecessarily open world structure of the game.
So in the end, it sounds like Ghost Recon Wildlands is a great way to pass the time with friends. Adding buddies makes the game exponentially more fun, but if you're playing solo, it might not be quite so enjoyable.
Overall, Wildlands gets the job done if you want an open world sandbox shooter, but you might run into a handful of bugs along the way. Plus, the open world nature of it can make it either soar for you or drag the game down depending on your preferences.
Yep, so that about does it for our review roundup of Ghost Recon Wildlands. What do you guys think of the game? Are you getting it tomorrow? Let us know in the comments.
For future review roundups on the latest releases, and we've got a lot of those coming in the next month or two.
Yeah, we do.
Remember to like this video and subscribe to the know. Overall, the critics are mostly on the same page, agreeing that Ghost Recon Wildlands features some truly amazing dogs coughing in the background of news reads.
Come here, Bella.
Bella, come here.
Come here. Come here, you pretty thing.
Pick her up.
I can pick her up because I'm not wearing black. Come here, pretty girl. Oh,
Everyone
no,
picks
don't
her
get
up so
fussy.
weird.
Don't get fussy.
No one knows how to pick up a goddamn